My hot take is that Classic and all of these other subversions of WoW are a net negative. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I don't think that's true. So, like, I mean, that makes sense. It's a hot take, right? You say that knowing that most people wouldn't agree with you. But actually, yeah, I don't think I agree with that at all. I think the only credible argument you could make is it brings hype away from retail. But I actually think so many more people played retail in the last 6 years because they got back into World of Warcraft at all via Classic. I think, like, Blizzard's big bet that everyone that came back in Classic would, like, be kind of, like, gateway drugged into retail. And I think for a lot of people that happened. The fact that you can still generate hype about your game at all, whether it's a nostalgic old version or anything, is really good. So I don't think I'd agree with that. Is that the, like, just for fun, can you tell me what your line of thinking is? Like, explain the hot take. Do you think that, like, basically if you play the last 6 years out and you never re-release Classic, do you think retail is a better game or a bigger game right now? I don't know if I'd be kind of weird to make an argument to say it would be better or worse. The quality, I don't know how that would matter. That's how it worked for me. I was done with WoW. Classic got me back and I fell into retail. Yeah, I mean, that's literally why they brought back Classic, was to get people back in retail. Classic is finite. Although it is interesting that people keep creating content for it, though, and, like, making it cool. I've just been in a pattern for years and years of just playing retail when the patch comes out for a few months and then stopping and playing other games. And then Classic just would have been another game that I would play. Like, I don't really consider it WoW. I mean, it literally is WoW, but, like, it's not, like, something that I do. Like, I'm a retail player, so I'll play Classic. Like, it's just a different game. And it's just always, I've always just rathered playing other games, I think. Didn't they say that talent trees were brought back because of Classic? I don't think they said that. That was speculation by me. I don't know if they did it exactly for that reason, but I bet it was discussed that, like, new talent trees and a refresh on talent trees would bring a lot of specific Classic players back to retail because they really liked those trees back in Classic. And I think that was pretty successful as well. Like, when they were first being brought back, like, people were so interested in it. My beta viewership was fucking insane. It was huge. As a person who raids in Classic and retail, a solid 60% of the Classic player base can barely handle auto-attacking a boss that has no mechanics. And then they rush to Warcraft logs to check their parse. Yeah, but that's, I mean, I think a lot of people seek that out, though. So first of all, nostalgia hard carries Classic, no question. But also, I think that for a lot of people that play WoW, like, not everyone plays video games to be really fucking good at them. I definitely do. Like, that's the only reason I like really doing anything in my life, actually, is getting really good at it, that process. But, like, a lot of people don't care about being good, and Classic is a perfect game for people like that because what's required of you at a floor level in PvE is so much lower than retail that not only are you getting nostalgia for being brought back, but also, like, the difference between you and a great player is, like, significantly smaller than it would be in retail. For at least most classes, as far as I'm aware. Like, I remember when I got back into Classic, I actually looked into, like, what the endgame rotations were, and it was, like, literally, in PvE, it was, like, actually pressing, like, a couple buttons. And for some people, they seek that out. They don't care about being good, but they don't want to feel like they're playing bad, and it's easier to do that in Classic than it is in retail. I'm not, like, talking about PvP or anything. Like, maybe I know literally nothing about PvP, but in PvE, that seems to be true. Like, some people just want to participate and not be a burden, and it's really easy to do that in Classic, which is probably a lot of the people that you're describing.